As I think about my own pioneer ancestry, there are two pioneers that come to mind. One is a really good guy and one was a bad guy. The good guy, his name was Charles Jameson, and he was involved in the Hans Mill massacre. This was a horrible time during the history of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And the Hans Mill was it's very small, kind of a campsite community of migrating, immigrating pioneers. And Charles Jameson was a rather young man. He was married, he had some children, but he was at Hans Mill the day that I think there was over 140 horsemen came and slaughtered people. They hated the Mormons, as we were called, and they came and they butchered people, they cut them up, did some horrific things. And Charles was one of those. He survived, but he was shot 4 times with 50 caliber bullets. And only one of those bullets was the doctor able to remove. The rest of those 3 he carried throughout his life. And he was a great example of perseverance. Even later in his life, he was part of the Mormon battalion after that, and after coming back from California, came to Utah, where the pioneers had migrated. He found his wife and children weren't here in Utah, and so he went back to what is called winter quarters. And in winter quarters, he learned that his wife was on the edge of death. She died shortly after that from cholera. And 6 of his children all died. And even though he later remarried, he came to Utah, he lived out his life carrying these 3 balls, these 3 bullets in his body. Again, he was just a tremendous example of pioneer perseverance. Having the last name of Taylor, often I've had people come to me and say, "Oh, you must come from John Taylor," the heritage of John Taylor, who was one of our earlier prophets. And I used to always joke saying, "No, I came from the line of horse thieves." And only a few years ago, I discovered that I really do. One of my ancestors was named Alf Higgins, and he was one of my great-something grandfathers. And he was really a rascal. He was part of the Mormon battalion earlier on. He served with his dad. But then after that, he came to Utah, and he became a bank robber, a horse thief. He would steal and just give things away because he loved the thrill of stealing. He couldn't be kept in prisons. He broke out of jail, and he became a notorious bandit here in the state of Utah. He would sleep with his boots on, a pistol under his pillow, and his horse saddled, so that if he heard any noise at all, he'd be gone in an instant. And so knowing this, Porter Rockwell's posse, Porter wasn't there that particular night, but they finally tracked him down at a place called Bear Lake in northern Utah. And they found where he was. They waited until he went to sleep. And then they sneaked up on him in the middle of the night. They shot him dead in his bedroll. They tied rocks around his feet. And they threw him into Bear Lake. So one of my ancestors is somewhere in Bear Lake. And the reason that both of those stories are amazing to me is that on the one hand, I've got some great pioneer heritage. On the other hand, I've got some real rascals in my history. And both of those examples teach me things about how to be a pioneer today.